I'm about to go on a hike down to the waterfront. I'm gonna go to Leslie Street Spit. I got a 3-day hike ahead of me, and I'm gonna end up at the zoo. It's about 50 kilometers, 4 p.m. I just got home from work. Wish me luck. Hopefully I don't get picked up by somebody thinking I'm just a train hopping hobo, which I look like, if I'm gonna be honest with you. I also feel a little more comfortable talking to the camera over here, less like a douchebag. Still like a douchebag, but just less like a douchebag. This is working out pretty good because I'm in the shade, and I think I'll be in the shade for quite a while. Best case scenario, I don't want to hike in the blazing sun, even though it's 4:30 right now. I don't want to get cooked. There's a bit of a theme to my hikes developing. Pilgrimage to the movie theater, now pilgrimage to the zoo. Nice little spot to hang out. I used to work for the Brick when I was a young man. I'm sure the smell would be the same. All along here there's like crazy easy access up onto people's roofs. Like right here. I could straight up just climb on that roof. Go skateboarding up there or something. I don't skateboard, what am I kidding? Go camping. We're about to cross at Dovercourt at DuPont. I just came in here to take a whiz. Some little secret garden. Something I miss every year is the ability to go out at night and just enjoy a summer evening. It's already August 22nd, and I have barely done that this year. My friend Allie, my good pal Allie, lent me his binoculars because I couldn't find mine. I think they're at my cabin. So I'm gonna use Allie's to do some birding. So he bailed me out big time, otherwise I would have been sadly just watching unknown birds flit about. DuPont and Christie. Not bragging or anything, but I did leg day a couple days ago, and my legs are cooked. So when I first started walking, I thought maybe my old hips weren't going to be able to handle this hip belt, but it's worked in now. I'm feeling pretty good. No complaints. Except that time when I said I'll be walking in the shade. No such luck. Bathurst Street. I think urban hiking has its risks. All the different people everywhere. But the thing I'm most worried about are the cold cuts I ate right before I left. I think they were, I don't know when they were open. So we'll see how that goes. You know, add it to the list of worries, I guess. Top of the list. I'm at Davenport Road, and it kind of snakes off to the northeast. So I'm gonna go down to the sidewalk and cut through Rosedale Valley Road. And that's gonna be a way nicer walk than just cutting up north in this heat. Yonge Street. That's the Yonge University line. Yonge Street to Finch. This is a really great way to visit the city. This way I get to see a lot of things I never see. I've never walked under this bridge before. It's like a nice slow way to take everything in. I've been walking for about 2 hours. This is by far the most beautiful part of the walk. There's a little graveyard over here, which is odd, but I bet it's old as shit. And again, I've never been down here, so I've only driven through. Beautiful night to play baseball too. There's a lot of crazy things along the side of the road. There's a million little stories of people's lives, and there's bedrolls and blankets and sleeping bags and just all sorts of stuff that people collect and abandon, and it's pretty wild. Getting close, but I'm still an hour away. I would be lying if I said my shoulders and my hips were feeling good, because they're not feeling good. Never been under here. The whole part of the city I've never been under. I might have to sit down and take a break. My old body is not what it used to be. Found a trail. It's much better. Where am I? Where am I? I feel like I'm at someone's rural wedding. South. Something that's making me nervous about this is that I'm looking on the map for a way to cross the river, and it looks like there's a bridge, but I have no idea if there actually is a bridge. If I get there and there's no bridge, I'm gonna have to walk way around. Probably add another hour to my journey. I think I found it. Just kidding, haha. Walking back the way I came. Good thing my hips and my shoulders don't hurt, because that was a nice hour-long detour. It's the Don River. Going over the Don Valley Parkway now. Or as people call it, the Don Valley parking lot, because the traffic's bad. Just stopped at the Slayer Burger to get a burger. 8:15, 39 minutes away. And that's also 39 minutes away from the entrance. To actually walk down where I want to go is probably another hour. Alright, I'm finally at Leslie Street. Now I gotta walk all the way down from Queen to the waterfront. 1 kilometer to Tommy Thompson Park. It's real humid. It's about 22 degrees, and it's not going to really cool down tonight. It's not going to rain tonight. I had to take the long way around because I saw a sign that said the bridge is closed, and I wasn't about to test it and have to double back, so it's a way longer walk in, and I'm gonna go camp at the lighthouse. Wouldn't be a portage without a little bit of poison ivy. I'm at the lighthouse, but it's locked up, unfortunately, so I'm gonna go back down to close to the shore. It's also really treed in, so it's super muggy in here. Lots of spider webs. So I'm gonna get the heck out of here because I'm soaked with sweat, and I'm gonna go back down to the beach and find a nice spot to put my tent up. All right, I found my spot overlooking the Toronto skyline. It's pretty beautiful. It's almost 11. Walked 6 hours, 18 kilometers, and about 40,000 steps. So I'm feeling a little tired. Day 2 of my pilgrimage to the zoo. I'm at the southernmost point of Toronto on the Leslie Street Spit in Tommy Thompson Park. Today I'm going to hike from here to East Point Park on the Scarborough Bluffs. And I have a spot staked out there from the fall when I was birding. Probably a 15 or 20 kilometer day, I'm not entirely sure. But it takes a lot of work to get to the zoo. I'm gonna pack up all my gear into my bag, and I'm gonna go down to more of the birding hotspot areas. The end of it, of the spit, isn't super birdy. I suppose I could have camped in there. There's a hole through the fence, but it's really muggy up in the bush. It's a nicer trail than the one I bushwhacked through last night. They found all these fresh little aspens and nibbled them down. Here's a piece that has all the bark chewed off. Cute little critters. At a fork in the road right now. I'm gonna just go this way and hope the bridge is open. Less of a big deal today. If I have to walk around, I'm not that worried about it. But last night I was feeling a bit pooped, so I didn't want to risk it. There's an egret over there. There's a swan here. There's Canadian geese here. There's an egret over there. And the egret, there's some kind of duck beside it. It's probably a mallard. I can also just hear lots of chickadees and stuff too. I'm really glad I have the binoculars because this camera does not zoom. There's a whole bunch of swallows up in the sky too. I don't know what kind. But I sneeze when I look up. Just finishing up at the Leslie Street Spit. Saw lots of birds, lots of butterflies. There's like a butterfly thing going on today and everyone's pretty excited about it. Also, the visitor center was open, so I was able to go in there and peek around at some of the stuff and see different things like some bird info and some eggs and that sort of stuff. It was super dusty. You could tell it hadn't been opened up in a while. I'm going to go to a place called the Motorcycle Cafe and try and cram my face full of some calories. Walking on the city streets in the daytime in the sun is not as exciting as the night. Calories acquired. I got another latte to go. Part of survival for me is increasingly making the best of your situation. It's easy to survive when you're in a city. I can stop and fill my water bottle. I can get calories whenever I need them. They're everywhere. I'm really hot. I think I'm gonna go down to the beach, take a swim. Alright, I'm gonna take this boardwalk for a little while. I just refreshed myself with a swim. Feels great. This place is pretty beautiful for an industrial building. I'm about 100 meters from the beach and I already want to go swimming again. It's hot today. Nice creamsicle and a no-calorie Coke Zero. Alright, I walked all the way to the end of Queen Street. Turns into Falling Brook Road. That's a first. I've never been to Falling Brook Road, but it's got nice houses on it. There's an old saying that anything is walking distance if you have time. I need to take a break. On y va. Took a 20-minute break. Now I'm stiff. My hips are stiff again. Old man. Got 40 minutes to get to my restaurant for lunch, and that'll be my last meal of the day. Fill up my water, and then it's 2 hours from there to my campsite. It's a pretty lame section of the walk, if I'm gonna be honest with you. This walk sucks so bad I'm gonna walk back down to the lake so I can enjoy it much better. The map again, I think, betrays the ability to get to the waterfront. But I just talked to somebody who steered me in the right direction. Either way, I get to walk through this park. I made it to my destination for lunch. It's supposed to be real spicy. This Kingston Road is lame. I definitely didn't come all this way to walk down Kingston Road, so I'm gonna deviate as soon as I can. It's about the journey, not the destination. And right now, this journey is weak. All right, this is beautiful. This is, I think, worth the gamble. I'm pretty sure I'll be okay, but I've already been foiled a couple times on this trip, 3 or 4 times on this trip. So we'll see how it goes here, but so far so good. There's the water. It's real humid on that trail. No airflow. Sumac is looking ripe. Pretty tasty. The amount of times I saw those buses go by and just thought, like, that'd be an interesting plot twist. His hips hurt too much, so he takes the bus. No way, man. Need to take another break, take my shoes off, stretch my feet. I need to hike back up to the road at some point and get more water. I was kind of rationing my water. I gotta hike up off the trail somewhere around Guildwood. Ooh, that break felt good, but man, am I stiff now. Holy smokes. Jesus Christ. Another hour and 10 minutes to go. It's gonna be slow going though. Alright, all that elevation loss that I had earlier, I've got to gain back now. That's uphill. Survived the hill, now I'm on Guildwood Parkway till I get to a convenience store. So I'm ending up having to walk farther than I wanted to. I'm walking out of my way to get to this plaza and hopefully get a bit more water. I don't know how far out of the way it is, probably half a kilometer or something total. So hopefully I can solve that problem right away and then get moving. It's starting to get pretty late. Salvation. Got some ice cream to cheer myself up. Sue me. 7:32. Okay, so I should have my tent set up by 8 p.m. There's a bunny. I already think I took the long way. The lake is just over there. I'm gonna go that way, which is east. So when I was here last fall, I was munching on some Baby Bell cheese and I had some of the wax and I took it and I smushed it around the railing thinking that it would be weatherproof. The thing is, I don't know if it's animal proof and the birds very well could have gotten to it or the squirrels. So it's just wax, but it was food wax. I'm gonna have to just try and remember where I was roughly to see if I can find the spot that I had isolated last year. I can't find it. Another thing I was thinking about, kind of relative to my kids leaving crayons on the deck is that wax melts in the sun. So that's a thing too. It's a bigger footprint, but it's less hidden. And it's very beautiful. I'm gonna get my tent set up. It's windy out right now, but it feels good. So camp is set up. It's about 8:12. It's getting dark already. I'm gonna charge my cell phone. Have my final stats for today. 28.8 kilometers, 46,000 steps, 13 floors of elevation gain, and then some dumb calorie info, 1,300 calories, 4 kilometers per hour, and the best Thai meal I've ever had in my life. It's kind of hard to get the scale of where I am, but the bluffs are pretty high off the water. What a time to be alive, hey? I thought I'd get a little bit more accomplished, but it's getting dark and my body is sore, so I'm gonna go lay in my tent. All right, I'm all packed up and I'm gonna get moving. I can hear birds asking me to come look at them. I actually had a pretty restful night's sleep, and I'm looking forward to this walk because I think it'll be a kind of a shorter walk today. I'm feeling like my hips and everything are going to be able to handle it. Yesterday there was a point where I was really thinking like it might be a turning point where I take a bus or something, but I got it. I think I can do it. It poured rain last night, so everything's pretty wet. I've already got wet shoes. My tent's soaked. Oh, I see a goldfinch. Ah. And I see a smokestack. For my walk today, I'm actually going to go through Rouge River Urban Park, which is pretty beautiful. I've gone through there once before. I'm going to hike right through there. A little bit of elevation gain, but it's worth the effort. Just along the shore here, there's 3 types of birds. There's the ring-billed gull, the Canada goose, and the mute swan. The swans I saw at Tommy Thompson Park were trumpeter swans, which have a black bill, but the ones that I'm seeing along the shore here are mute swans. This is a good place for looking for sea glass. It's kind of the end of the beach. I haven't walked this far before. I usually walk the other direction. There's a lot of shit to climb over. Shoes got wet, now they're real slippery. I definitely would not have been able to do this yesterday at the end of my day. My legs were so sore. I'm feeling pretty strong right now. Not getting crippled by hip pain. Now I could just follow this path all along the shore, all the way to Rouge River Park, which is pretty luxurious. So this is the Leslie Street Spit. I camped down here somewhere. I walked yesterday to here. Now I'm here. I need to go here. The zoo is up here. So the sun came up at 6:33 this morning, I woke up at 5:30. It's currently 10 past 8 and it's already hot. I just took a little break and put on some shorts. Stretched a bit. It might be my key to longevity on this whole trip is maybe more breaks and stretching. But I'm pretty far into it at this point. I've got a keen eye for the Peni. Don't want to walk? Take the train to the waterfront. Alright, I gotta walk through some city streets for a little bit to get back into the park. Huge houses, no gates. There's a place behind me called Dr. Poon's. Pretty good. On the road again. While I was having lunch, I actually looked up, can you get to the zoo by walking through Rouge River Park? Because I had made all these assumptions about it, but I made a lot of assumptions on this trip that proved to be wrong about my ability to walk places. But it's telling me I can, so unless there's some weird construction doesn't allow me through, I think I'll be okay. Alright, I'm going to take the Mass Trail up to the Vista Trail, and this goes to the zoo. You can see it on here. Mass Trail, Vista Trail, Toronto Zoo. I did this hike in the springtime for the first time, and I felt foolish for never having done it before. It's so nice to have this sort of thing in my city. When we hiked it, it was really icy and kind of just early spring, mid-spring. It's a little bit of a different scenario today. It's so green and filled in. I noticed yesterday, and I'm noticing it again today, that going uphill, it takes all the strain off my hip. It makes me wish the rest of this hike was uphill. At least this part is. That's what I was worried about. That means I need to double back and take the Orchard Trail up to Zoo Road and then walk on the road. So I'm going to take that route. It's the Bear Wetlands. Beautiful day for a walk. I am here. I need to walk west to get to the zoo. That way. It's going to be a boring walk. And hot. Yep, I was right. That was hot and boring. Just like a supermodel. That's where I should have come out, but the trail was closed. I think a whole bunch of people took that trail anyway, though, because I passed lots of people walking down. But I didn't. It said it was closed for rehabilitation, so then it's closed. Almost there. Almost there. Almost there. It's so hot. It's so hot. I'm almost there. 12:30 right now. All right, I'm like 5 minutes from the entrance, which is huge because it's taken me 3 days to get here. One of my concerns is there's nowhere to check a bag, and they have lockers, but they don't specify how big these lockers are. They're pay per use and they're first come, first serve. I think if I had to carry this bag around the zoo for 3 hours, I would probably collapse. Hopefully there's a couple lockers and I can just jam my junk into them. All right, my bag is stowed. Not really sure which way to go. Oh, okay. Pretty successful zoo adventure so far. Just taking a little break because my ankle hurts. Because of course it does. Boardwalk from the African exhibit to the Indo-Malaysian exhibit is crazy. It shouldn't be what I'm excited about. The majestic goose eating an apple. Did the full zoo minus the Canadian zone because I don't want to go see raccoons. And it was another hour, so I just couldn't afford the time. I don't know what else to say. This locker saved my life. I would have died if I didn't have this locker. Time to catch a bus.